Welcome back, Daily Show. 10:13 is the time. Lacy McDonald in the studio. It's been a little bit. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Life's good.
Good.
You have been, working.
Yes.
I've been off.
Well, yeah, I had a little bit of time off. So that was really wonderful. But yeah, I just haven't been here on the last 2 Wednesdays because those were days the library was closed.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Good to have you back, though.
Thanks. Good to be here.
What'd you write about?
Well,
oh, wait, no. That's rude. How was your holiday?
It's all right. It's what I'm here for. It was really nice. Yeah, we were...
Sorry, that was...
no, I've got
totally
to switch
did
modes.
not even care. I was like, yeah, well...
yeah, it was good. How was yours?
It was good. It was really good. But so what'd you write about now?
Now that we've got that out of the way.
Now that we got the pleasantries out of the way.
I wrote about, this was the Christmas article, I wrote about sledding in the streets of Alton because in 1925, because we're still in December for this article, the Parks Department, well, it was the Recreation Commission, which was part of the Alton Playground and Recreation Commission, met with the mayor and figured out a plan to have several streets roped off on sledding days so that the kids wouldn't have to worry about getting hit by cars.
That's really cool. They did that. Did they do that for quite some time, or was that just kind of a one and done?
No, they were planning to do it all winter. So I don't know if they had done it in the past because the Playground and Recreation Commission really just came into effect in 1925, I think, because it's when we talked about them learning how to play. I think that was just last year.
That was last year for the Park and Rec Department.
Yeah,
or the commission. Right,
the commission was created just I think between that last winter and this winter. So I think it was the first time they were doing this, or at least officially in this capacity. But the streets were roped off from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the days when there was enough snow to sled.
That's cool.
So yeah, and it was Summit Street west of Prospect, Albee Street from 12th to 15th, East 17th Street, and Brown Street in Upper Alton. And they had guards posted at the entrances to the street so that people couldn't just go anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. So, how many kids do you think?
Oh, man, I'm sure it was tons because this is what they did on snowy days. And there'd been a lot of accidents. Children and adults had been killed in sledding accidents or hurt in sledding accidents, sometimes being hit by cars, sometimes two sleds hitting each other.
Kind of a morbid question. Is it because a lot of it is, did we have the advanced surgeries for some of these broken bones and things that hit arteries or causing infections?
Right. And well, we didn't have antibiotics yet. So if you got a gash,
did they die instantly in some of these sledding? Were they that bad because of just the metal on them? Or I've always wondered that.
Yeah, I think that in the sledding accident that I saw where someone died, they were hit by a car. Wow. The one where somebody was injured, there were several where people were injured. They were two coasters running into each other. One of might have been dead. I don't know. That's a really good question because without looking at exactly what they died from.
You just never know if they have internal bleeding from their injuries and they couldn't get there, or who knows where it's at type of thing. I don't know. It's just always been something I've thought about because I always heard old sledding was pretty dangerous thing to do. Not like the plastic little sleds that, I mean, we can barely go 10 miles an hour on those.
Yes. These had the metal.
And then they'd soap them up. And and then you were off to the races and probably a decapitation chance.
There were chances for a lot of different injuries with this.
There was a lot of danger and fun back then.
You know what? I
that playground I saw.
Yes, I was gonna say I kind of lived in the transition from fun playgrounds to safe playgrounds, and as a parent, I'm glad that my kids had the safe playgrounds, but man, some of those fun playgrounds.
There was a park in Alton that had one of those old death traps on it that spun around when I was still a kid. And I'm like, why is this still here? This is bad.
My sister fell off one of those once and it was bad. I mean, she was okay, but the merry-go-rounds that go really fast were pretty intense.
So, was this something that just... Were they doing it prior? Did you know or anything?
I don't know. And there was nothing in...
That indicated that they did?
there was nothing that indicated that they did. There was also nothing that indicated that they were doing it in response to specific incidents. Like sometimes it'll be like, we are roping off the streets because so-and-so was hurt or killed. The instances that I saw had been from years past. So like the year before, several people, there were announcements, articles about several people being injured or killed. But it wasn't like this and so this. Although, of course, they said, you know, the plan was designed to ensure safe places for coasting and to permit all children to enjoy the sport of sled riding, free from danger of traffic accidents. So, I mean, it was a very deliberate thing to prevent traffic accidents. Also, I think about this a lot. Like there are all these horrific accidents in this time period with people driving cars and hitting people and the people dying. But it would also be really traumatic for the person who is driving.
Oh, God. I couldn't imagine living with myself. I mean, I'm not being funny. No. I really could not imagine living with myself as something, even if they weren't hurt. Just the act of like, oh, wow, that what could have been.
I know. And I think because they were still kind of figuring out cars in general and traffic patterns, and they didn't have streetlights yet at this point.
That's true.
So there's so many times when, as a driver, you would be put in really precarious situations for yourself and for pedestrians, children running in the street, all that, where, you know, you read these articles and it's like the driver couldn't stop in time or whatever. And I feel so much for the person that got hit and their family. And I feel so much for this driver that now has to carry this for the rest of their lives too.
Well, and you're right, because I'm sure there have been circumstances and probably more times than not of that, honestly. And it's cool to know in a way that, you know, hey, instead of just saying no sledding, let's go and block the road off.
Yeah,
you know,
I didn't even like register this when I first read it. And then later as I was reading it, I thought more about it. But they were roped off from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. So they like the kids sledding was from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. So it was dark. But this is winter.
I thought you were supposed to go on in home when the street lights came on.
Well, then I don't know if they had. Well, maybe they had street lights. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I need more photos from this time period to determine if there were streetlights. So if anyone has photos from the 20s.
That would be really important to know.
Yeah, because I've got most of our collection is 1937 forward. The late 1930s through the 1970s are when we have most of our photographs. So I have almost nothing from this time period. But hey, actually, this is a picture on the article from 1915, and that does look like a streetlight. So maybe they did have streetlights,
or it was a telegraph line.
Telegraph line.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it looks like there's something sticking down from it, but I don't actually know what telegraph lines.
I don't know.
Look like.
But you never know. That would be fascinating to know.
Yeah. So I don't know how they. And that also means that these kids were not going to bed until after 10, because there's no way that you would stop sledding before your time if you had to wait till 4.
You know what? One of my stupid thoughts have always been, how did everyone know what time it was?
Right.
You know, like if school starts at 10, but like maybe the whole town was wrong on their time. Like they all set it 3 hours too late and they didn't realize it. I don't know. One of those stupid thoughts.
Right. No, like who do you ask?
Like who is the time judge?
Who's the timekeeper?
Yeah. Is that an actual thing?
Oh man. Well, I mean, they used to have more clocks on buildings, but it wouldn't have been common enough to have a clock in your building for that to be like how the town kept time.
Right.
So, well, no, people had like wind up clocks and stuff.
But what if those were wrong based on a clock that they used that was wrong?
Okay, so we're not worried about people having clocks. We're worried about people having incorrect times on the clock. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I almost just said they could check the newspaper, and then I was like, nope, doesn't work for timekeeping.
So just so everyone knows, I did a little bit of research.
Okay.
We've had this talk before.
Research.
As early as 1937, Alton was managing street lighting, but involved paying people to light and maintain coal oil lamps.
In 1937?
That's what it says, pre-1937.
Okay.
Yeah, and then lighting came, I guess, in the 30s or 40s. Is that wrong?
They were using oil lamps in the 30s. I don't know that they were using oil lamps in the 30s. I would want to look into that a little bit more. Yeah, because we got electricity at the library in like the early 1900s.
It's from one of these Telegraph articles from 37.
So you can click on the actual article. What does it say?
I don't know. I'm trying to get it. Let's see. Show article text. Oh, I have to sign in for an account.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
Well, maybe I'll write a street light article.
It was because the city council was disputing a bill for street lighting by Alton Gas Light Lamp Co.
Well, that doesn't mean that it was
couldn't be.
gas.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, wait, hold on. It says they claims a person employed but approved claims for persons employed to light the coal oil street lamps.
Maybe they were using.
That would be fascinating, actually, to know like just the evolution of that. Because I'm probably wrong. This is what the article said from the Alton Telegraph.
No, if it's from the time period, then it's probably correct. But
I trust you a hell of a lot more than I would trust me on these.
Well, I'm not a primary source. The newspaper. The newspaper is a primary source.
That's
so
true.
I would trust a newspaper from the time period.
Yeah, okay, that's better to say.
I wouldn't trust a current newspaper more than I would trust me, but about that time period. But I would trust a newspaper from that time period. I never wondered about streetlights before, and
I don't know why I did. Sorry, we went on this tangent on this. I just was like, what the hell,
you know? New thing to figure out. Well, because a lot of times, like an old name of a company would carry forward. So it could be like the Alton Coal Oil Company that did electric street lights. It
just maybe it's read wrong. Maybe they typed in, I don't know. We got to figure this out. There is a mystery. That's right. Starting off the year hot. Now we know what we're going to look into.
Get ready.
I swear, if Don Hubert comments on this right now and ruins this for me and tells me the answer.
That would be great, actually. I like it when mysteries are solved right away. And then
I don't, because it takes away the tease, Like, there's something to keep these people here for now. So how long did they block these roads? Was it just seriously anytime there was snow?
Yeah, they would just put an announcement in the newspaper that was like, guess what? Streets are closed today. Maybe that's why they had to start it so late in the afternoon so that everybody would get the newspaper first. I don't know. That's total speculation on my part.
It's a very brilliant speculation.
Thanks.
I like that.
Thank you.
Got a moment to take a quick break?
Okay.
We'll come back, talk about this article more, and another one after this on RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American, state, and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
little bit of change. Back with Lacy. So finishing up and wrapping up this snow sledding article.
Yeah.
I guess you could do no other type of sledding than on snow. You could do ice sledding, but that's called being in a toboggan, right?
Oh man, I don't. Now we're gonna have to do the history of sledding as well. No, I don't know if that would be called tobogganing or if it would just be that you went on the wrong place with. Well, you don't want to be on ice. That would be too fast, right?
Right. But that's what they do on a toboggan, right? Or bobsled. That's
bobsled. Oh, yeah.
Not a toboggan.
Yeah,
Not a toboggan.
That's a different thing. The Winter Olympics are coming up.
I thought the Summer Olympics were this year.
No, the Winter Olympics.
Oh.
Yeah.
When's the Summer Olympics?
I'm 90% sure, but not 100% sure.
I bet you're right and I'm wrong. I'm not good at this stuff.
I just found out recently.
Oh, yeah. No, so here we go. The Winter Olympics start soon. Wow.
Yeah, so we'll get to see some bobsledding.
Yeah, and then in 28 is when the Olympics are because it's every
Olympics.
2 years.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm big onto curling.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
I can get behind it.
We passed like a curling building on the way back from Kansas City last week.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I met the gold medal curling winner.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I don't know from when. I think it was 2018, but I got to hold the gold medal.
How did you do that?
I was I was running the boards for Josh and Heidi's show, and they had him on as a guest.
So
before
cool.
he left, I made sure I got a damn picture with that thing. Well, actually, Josh did, but I was I got to hold it. I was very adamant that I wanted to hold the gold medal. Not very many medals have been won lately, Lacy, so you got to be able to take a chance when you can.
Right.
You know,
hold one when you can get your hands on it.
Was this followed? Do you know if this was continued on at all in the years that followed? I'm sure it was.
I feel like yes.
If it's the same mayor and administration, they're probably just like, let's go ahead and do this.
I bet that they did. I don't know. I didn't look beyond that winter. I know some other things that they were planning. They were going to set up artificial ice skating rinks around the city, and
really,
they would just like flood certain areas. No, I mean like not flood in a bad way, flood in a good way.
The sinkhole would have been a perfect ice rink.
Oh man,
we would have had it for a year and a half too.
be a swimming pool in the summer months. So they would set up the rinks and then flood them, not just like go look for some flooded areas and determine that they were
go find a swamp somewhere and go, there it is. Oh man.
Yeah, so they did that, and then they had like drama and music programs, basketball leagues, and I couldn't find anything more about this, but it said indoor baseball leagues if suitable gymnasium space is available. So they were planning to play some indoor baseball, but I don't know where they wanted to do that or if they actually did it.
How?
I don't know.
Like what building is big enough for baseball at this time?
Suitable gymnasium space. What does that mean?
Oh man. I mean, you know, I guess if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
What else did you write about?
All right. So that was the Christmas article. And then I had a New Year's article also. And that one was about how the Princess Movie Theater gave tickets to the Telegraph newspaper carriers who were all children, who delivered the newspaper.
They didn't have grown adults. Oh, no. Doing the mail, was it grown adults or was it still kids?
The mail? I think the mail was adults.
Okay. You had to rise through the ranks.
Federal.
Yeah, you're a federal agent.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got powers.
You're in line. You're in line for the presidency. I'm not making fun of male people. I hope that didn't come off that way.
No, I don't think so.
I watched Tammy the other day, or not Tammy, The Heat. Have you ever seen that with?
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, I'm a federal agent too. I work at the post office." And every time I watch that, I just go into tears. I just think about that.
I'm a big fan of USPS, and
they're better for me than anybody else. Like everything else, because my house is a weird address, and USPS is the only one that puts it in my damn mailbox. Because everyone else is just like, we'll just throw it to the closest house. And then I have to walk to my neighbor's house. Look like I'm stealing packages off their porch.
I know. Isn't that awful?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I've done that. Yeah. Because sometimes you can see the picture so you know where it is. And you know what house it's at. and it's not your house. You have to go take your package from someone else. But yeah, no, love mail carriers, but this is the newspaper carriers. Mail carriers, I think, were adults. Newspaper carriers were children, and they were all boys from what I could tell.
Interesting.
Yes.
Did they make a good living?
I don't know if it was a living sort of thing or if it was an extra money sort of thing, because this is the 1920s. So as we were talking about, it could have really gone either way. Like, I hope they weren't having to support their whole families on a newspaper delivery salary, but who knows? But yeah, they were off on January 1st because there was not a January 1st edition of the Telegraph. So the Princess Theater manager, James Riley, gave 70 tickets to be distributed to the carriers. He gave them to the Telegraph on New Year's Eve for them to hand out. And then the children could go whenever they wanted to the next day to go see Old Clothes, which was a movie playing that had Jackie Coogan, who was the first child movie star.
Very interesting.
Yes.
I was just looking up what place in line the Postmaster General fell.
Oh, what is it?
Not even in the top 30.
Okay. Well,
but there's that's because they have a lot of those House things where it's like House Pro Tem and Senate Pro Tem.
Yeah.
You know, I think what they should do is just make it a game like the lottery where we all just kind of apply. You know, if that ever happens where we have pure chaos and it's like we're down to the 30s, just go ahead and do a lottery and just pick a name out of the hat.
Everyone in the country?
Yep. Congratulations. It could be a freaking 13, it could be a 12-year-old, could be a 7-year-old, could be a 13-year-old, could be a 94-year-old. But if we're ever that bad off, where we're like 30th and down the line and it's like, oh, we're in trouble, just lottery.
You know, my daughter years ago told us what she would like work on if she was president, and her list was really good.
I'm in.
So
she might, if we ever got to that point, I would say let's go to a lottery. I would initiate that vote. But I would also not be a part of it because I'd be like, God, this is a mess. You know?
Be like, for everyone else, good luck.
I will see you in another country. Bye-bye. No. So this is, I was looking into this a little bit on your article. So, were movie tickets expensive?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's kind of like candy. Like they said it was like a nickel, like a penny a piece of candy, but like a penny was probably hard to get. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it probably would have been difficult for them to. It would have been a treat. Okay, I'll say that.
So it was like a different day for them.
Yeah, it would be a real gift and not just kind of like a condescending, like, all right, here you go. Like, I think it was a generous offer made by the Princess Theater, especially because they didn't just say like, y'all all have to come to this one showing. They were like, here are your tickets, and whenever it works for you, come to the theater. So that was kind of nice too.
Wow, this is interesting. So Jackie Coogan had a pretty interesting,
rough life.
He was Uncle Fester.
He was Uncle Fester, and this was super interesting.
So, that's how, because he looked so familiar. I'm like, the face did.
Yeah, he was very successful as a child, and then found out as a young adult that his mother and stepfather had spent all his money, like everything. And then the California legislature enacted the Child Actors Bill, which is called Coogan Law, because
it
was because of him.
Wow.
To protect other child actors and the assets that they made while they were working. And then later in life, he played Uncle Fester. He desperately wanted the role. From what I read, he auditioned for it and was sent away, went home, put on his own makeup and outfit and shaved his head, made up his character. Because he loved the Addams Family, if you don't know this, was a cartoon, was a comic strip first. So he had this idea of what Uncle Fester would be like in the, what he would look like, what he would be like in the TV show. Wow. So he went home and redid his outfit and everything to reflect his vision of this role, went back, and they hired him and sent everybody else home. So
this is incredible for all the wrong reasons. I mean, he had the equivalent fortune to $92 million in today's standards, estimated 68 to 91 million, just on average, with inflation and everything else. And he only received if like he were to be worth $92 million today, or 68 to 92, he received the equivalent to $2.8 million after that trial. So, I mean, yeah, you got something out of it, but you probably went broke with lawyers and everything else. And then you lose there's nothing left of it.
I'm not even sure he got the money. I think that was what he was supposed to get.
Oh.
And his mother and stepfather were like, sorry, we already spent it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. $50,000. Oh, wow. He did. So he lost a lot of money on this deal. Whoa. It would have been like $6 million he would have received, but because of all of the lawyers and everything, it took him like it just kept chopping him down and down and down. Charlie Chaplin, not a good person, but helped him out.
That's how he got his start, actually. Yeah. He was in a 1921 film, The Kid, that was a Charlie Chaplin film.
Well, and he gave him $1,000, it says.
Oh, did he?
Whenever he was poor during the trial.
Well, that's nice.
How awful is that?
Yeah.
Like, we took a turn on this.
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin is not great. So
no, Charlie Chaplin's not a good person.
I don't like having to say, thanks, Charlie Chaplin.
No, I won't.
But yeah, it was rough. And then another interesting... Well, that sounded really like dismissive.
No, it's something that's why I laughed, because that was like the best thing we could have done. It's just like, let's just go into a different.
Well, it was. When I was reading it, I just felt so
awful.
bad for him.
Well, and what's funny is I didn't even know that was the same. Like, I had no idea about this.
I didn't either.
I was just reading. I'm like, I'm going to look up a little bit on him while Lacy's talking. And I'm like, wow, okay. Uncle Fester had a terrible, terrible life.
And this is another one that George, I should mention, I put it in special thanks to George Filler. George found the initial article, and then he's also the one that told me the thing about Jackie Coogan being Uncle Fester later. Wow. And so that really piqued my interest. And that's why I wrote this article. But another part of it, Joan Crawford was in it. And this was the first film when she was called Joan Crawford, because I knew that was a stage name. But what I didn't know is that it was a stage name that was a result of a movie fan magazine contest.
Oh.
Didn't even say, like, here's a picture of the person we're trying to name. It was like, we are naming a new star. Do you want to win $50? If your name is chosen, you could be a winner. And she did not like the name at all. So she was kind of stuck with it for the rest of her movie career.
Well, I mean, I think Lucille LeSueur sounds better than Joan Crawford.
So do I. But apparently the MGM president thought that LeSueur sounded too much like sewer. But I think that was also like, it was too French.
I think these guys were just drinking way too much.
Yeah, they just wanted a contest. They wanted.
Could you imagine? Here's what I imagine poor old Lucille. She's sitting there smoking a cigarette, and they're like, yeah, we're going to choose you to have the name change. And she's like, okay. And she's sitting there with a little long cigarette, and they're like, it's Joan Crawford. And she just puts it down and just like looks at him and is like, son of a bitch. You know, like that's all they could do.
Because your contract.
That's all you could do.
Yes, like you had a contract with the studio. Yeah. So if they said you had a new name, you had a new name.
I'm Joan Crawford now. You know, like, okay, well, now you're going to be our janitor. Well, okay, I guess I'm going to be the highest paid janitor they've ever had now. So that's it. I mean, that's crazy how bad some of those contracts were.
Yeah.
George Fuller does a lot to help you on these.
Yes, he does.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And then, man, the movie posters are just incredible. You know, there are a lot of details, but the movie name is where I think it just gets Old Clothes.
Old Clothes. A sequel to The Rag Man.
That's cool. Lacy, what are you writing about next week, or what are we talking about next week?
I am writing about an injury due to the Charleston dance.
That was around back then?
Yeah, remember we talked about it this time last year. It was what they were doing for New Year's last year. And so the Charleston, it was still new enough that not everyone was doing it.
The Tom Jones thing, right?
The Tom Jones thing.
Oh, we did the same bit. I'm thinking about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, the Charleston, not the Carlton. Yes, we did do this.
The same
we
bit.
accidentally did this bit last time.
Why the hell is everyone dancing like Tom Jones in the 20s? Like, I don't know why.
The Charleston. If I had more room, I would demonstrate.
We'll play something.
The Charleston. It was a vigorous dance, not unlike the Carlton.
I was like, why are these people getting hurt?
That one, it would be harder to get hurt in.
Oh, God. We'll talk about it next week.
Yes.
Lacy, thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
10:42. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and wrap up the show next.